Could you send the police, please?
Okay, we're gonna be there. What's going on?
They're having a fight because this has been going on forever and ever.
How's he hurting her?
He made some red marks on Mom.
Where did he make the red marks on?
Her neck. Oh my God!
What's the matter? Is your mother? Hello?
Domestic violence, a pattern of behavior which involves violence or other abuse by one person against another in a domestic setting.
1 in 4 women will experience domestic violence during her lifetime. Women ages 18 to 34 are at greatest risk of becoming victims of domestic violence.
Hey, bro, what you doing? Who are you texting? Who is Alicia? You think it's okay for you to text? Oh!
Women and men can be victims of domestic violence. Every 60 seconds, 911 receives a call to a domestic violence incident.
That I had to break up with him. He was like, "You can't break up with me." And then he grabbed me and he left bruises on my arm because he grabbed me that hard. One time we went to the skating rink and he wanted to go do stuff in the bathroom, and I told him no because I wasn't like that. But he brought me in there anyways and put his hand on my pants, and I really couldn't do anything. He was bigger than me. After that, he called me a whore, told me I wasn't good enough for anybody, that he was gonna leave me. After I apologized for whatever and told him I wanted him back and that I loved him and all this other stuff, he took me back. Last year, September 2nd, he came over to hang out. And my parents went home, and we knew that. But I told him he couldn't come in. We would have to stay out front or in the backyard. But he was like, "I have to pee." I was like, "Okay." So I showed him the bathroom, and then he pushed me past the bathroom, and he took me to my room, and he started taking his pants off. I told him to stop. "What are you doing?" And then I told him I didn't want to, and he told me he didn't care. And I tried to tell him, I told him I made a promise that I was gonna wait until marriage. And he told me he didn't care. And he said, "It's just gonna be real quick. Don't worry about it. It doesn't even count." And then he raped me. And then when he left, I told him I never wanted to see him again, and that he was a monster. And then that was it.
When y'all broke up the first time, what made you go back to him?
He would tell me that he was the only person I would ever date because I was too fat or I wasn't pretty enough for other people, and so I felt like he was the only person that would actually date me. And then after he would say those mean things and I would yell at him, he would be like, "Baby, I'm sorry," and he would like just apologize and do sweet stuff. So I forget.
Do you know what domestic violence is? How do you feel about domestic violence?
I feel like domestic violence is wrong, that it shouldn't be done, and that there's always a different approach than anger and taking it out in an aggressive way.
Well, I feel like if anybody is abusing another person, it's wrong. So I do not agree with domestic violence. He'll say this right here, I do not agree with it.
Help change the facts. Speak up, speak out, and make a difference for victims of domestic violence.